Welcome to our race preview episode.
Richmond, the Toyota
Richmond.
Owners 400. And the Toyota Owners 400 will be the 7th race of the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series season and will kick off the 3-track short track swing consisting of Richmond, Bristol Dirt, and Martinsville.
Yes. Right now, the big question is, with the lack of respect from the drivers, because it was proven and it was shown at COTA from Sunday.
And I can kind of almost expect that to carry over into the next three races
yeah.
Since they're going to be short tracks and short tempers from the drivers.
Yeah, and I'm like at the point that I think NASCAR now needs to take back of go all out, go at them boys, and like they need to start monitoring drivers and what they're doing on the track, because Kyle Busch and other veteran drivers are saying that they basically just given up talking to the younger drivers and tell them, if you're not going to show respect, then don't expect respect back.
Yep.
It's like,
It's how it's always been. You race how you get raced, you know?
Yeah. So because there's a possibility of the in-team rivalry with Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain, and it's like, okay, at the end of these races, there's like no respect given, and it's starting to show, and I think NASCAR needs to police the drivers again, because the drivers are not going to police themselves. They're just going to go and do whatever they feel like they need to do.
Right, and it's just kind of unfortunate that the fans are not 100% of NASCAR's fan base, but a majority of fans are living for it, unfortunately. And it's like, where's the respect? I understand you want to see crashes in a race. That's normal. No one wants to see 400 or 500 laps of just long green flag runs just going around in circles. You know, have a wreck or two. Whatever, fine.
Yeah.
But just don't cheer on a young driver who's just driving through everybody and expect that to not... what's the wording I'm looking for? And expect that not to...
Be repercussions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my big focus is NASCAR needs to start calling drivers into the haulers, and it's like, if there's something that ticked you off, talk about it, don't carry it on, bring it to the next race, because fans are going to deal with it.
Or to the next season, Denny.
Yeah, that too. But also, if it's a racing incident, just leave out a racing incident and just understand that they weren't trying to do that. It's just a natural cause of racing. And with 3 straight short tracks, you're gonna expect tempers to be flowing, but you gotta these drivers need to understand that these are racing incidents. Each driver's car is handling different than yours, and if you get caught up, just understand that it was not your competition's mentality to knock you out of the race. It's just an incident that happened to them that caught you up in the crossfire. Just gotta deal with it. So, with Richmond being a 3/4 of a mile track,
People are going to be going for the same real estate, and not all 40 drivers can go for the same real estate, so...
Yeah. So, this is what the schedule is like for Richmond for the Cup Series. Practice and qualifying is on April 1st. Oh God,
April Fools.
We're gonna most likely expect some maybe pranks coming from Kevin Harvick in his last year.
yeah, for sure.
In the race at 3:30 on April 2nd.
Oh God, I could throw in the freaking one clip of Kevin Harvick in the pie and with
Denny Hamlin celebrating winning the pole and gets completely pied.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and also, the race is not on the regular Fox channel, it's on FS1. And on MRN, if you cannot get access to a television or a digital stream of the race. And plus, if you have the NASCAR app, you have
NASCAR Drive.
You have the access to all the drivers on board cameras for Sunday's race. Like I said, the track is 3/4 of a mile. And with the caution speed limit, the pit speed is 40 or 45, and the pace car speed is 45. So that's been with betting odds. I did not notice this until now. William Byron is favored at plus 450. Kevin Harvick at 550. Lawson 650. Bella at 750. Denny Hamlin at plus 900. Truex is at plus 1,000. Kyle Busch plus 1,200. Brian Blaney plus 1,600. Logano plus 1,600. Reddick trying to go back to back is at plus 1,800, along with Ross Chastain and Alex Bowman. Now, like, if you want to see dark horses, weird that they're showing me Josh Berry's 8 font.
Right,
yeah. It's like interesting. So, yeah, like with dark horses, like Ty Dillon up to Cody Ware is 100 plus 100,000. So, basically, expect some of the drivers that have success on short tracks to be more of the favorites. So, with picks, if I'm correct, the defending winner was
I believe Denny
Hamlin.
Right, because Denny Hamlin ended up running down Kevin Harvick there at the end of the last year's spring race.
That's right. To be fair, pretty much everyone's going to have Denny Hamlin at top in one of his home tracks. I'm already expecting Virginian Booze for Denny anyway. But I'm not leaving out Alex Bowman.
He does run pretty well at Richmond. Usually.
He did sneak up on Denny in the last 10 laps. Plus, he has Greg Ives on the box, so maybe Greg Ives can bring in that fucking last pit stop magic. If it's a short run to the finish. So, I'm looking at Denny Hamlin and Alex Bowman, and I will throw in William Byron as an honorary because he is the defending Martinsville Spring winner, only because there's lack of passing.
Yeah.
So
I think for my picks, I want to throw in Kevin Harvick. He's always pretty good at Richmond. I grew up seeing him win quite a few times at Richmond. And I think Kevin Harvick is definitely trying to give it his all in his last season. And I do expect Richmond to be one of those tracks where he does try to give it all and go out there and contend for a win. I also want to throw in a little bit of a dark horse, but not really much of a dark horse. This driver used to not win any short tracks, and then once he got his first short track win, he started going off with short track wins. And that is Martin Truex Jr., right? I've seen him run well at Richmond the last couple of years. I don't expect that to go away anytime soon. So I do expect Truex to be one of my picks as well. And I think I'll go ahead and put Denny Hamlin in as my third pick.
Plus, Truex does have the Clash, which was a quarter-mile short track, so
it's going to be about half a mile longer
those
than
are
the Coliseum.
Picks. I'm going to say dog horse. My dog horse would probably definitely be Josh Berry. He has that special mentality with short tracks through Junior's late model series. So I'll throw Josh Berry as a dog horse as he's filling in for Chase for like the next 3 weeks, and hopefully Chase is back in the car for Talladega. So those are basically our picks. Like within the race review from Coda. Tomorrow is Hendrick Motorsports is modifying the Luba's appeal for that, and once we figure out the outcome of that, there will be a video based on that, and basically then once that happens, we'll just do a points update on what the outcome of that is. So that's our preview for Richmond. Expect short track mayhem and hopefully no fists are thrown, and hopefully not go into multiple overtimes like last weekend, and basically have a good clean race at the end, and hopefully the drivers would put this in their head, mainly the younger drivers, to show some respect to some of the veterans, because these veterans like Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin is not going to take it very lightly. We already know Kevin Harvick said whatever happens to him, he's just going to get as much payback as he can in his last year. So that's our preview. We'll do another one next week for Bristol Dirt for Easter weekend. So see you guys Sunday with the race review at Richmond, and hopefully with that we would know what the Hendrick appeal decision ends up being. See you guys later.